Well, a week after he was banned from Twitter for several anti-Semitic posts, the rapper formerly known as Kanye West, I guess he's Ye now, is striking back, inking a deal to buy the conservative social network or social media platform Parler. Now, can Ye take the platform to new heights? Look at this video. This is this graphic. He would have to compete against Elon Musk and Twitter, Donald Trump and Truth Social, unless they all get together with one really big platform. But let's bring back our panel. Ford, it's kind of a funny graphic, but the serious debate going on right now is the last go-round, we saw a lot of conservative views smothered, for lack of a better term. And then we also have the story of how Google is not routing the RNC's requests for donations and that sort of thing. They're going to spam or wherever they're sending them, as opposed to the ones getting through for the Democrats. And I don't know if it's just a coincidence. Democrats seem to be raising a lot more money recently. But how important is this to have a more conservative voice during the election cycle?
It's everything, Bob. And I'll be honest with you, social media and digital are driving the conversation. They're getting the eyeballs. In fact, much of the media coverage and conservative opinions are not welcome. Neither are, in Elon Musk's case, very pro-capitalist opinions. And essentially, whether it's Kanye, it's President Trump, it's Elon Musk, what they understand is that these separate platforms are an ability for them to expand their brand and to also expand the conversation. When it comes to Parler and Kanye, let's remember, Parler has less than 1 million active users each month. Truth Social, it's somewhere around 2 million. And Twitter, it's about 220 million. There may be some synergy, but in Kanye West's case, this is a great marriage for him and Parler, at least going forward. What we should hope is that these platforms expand under all three gentlemen's leadership.
Yeah, it may be the challenge of making money or creating these, that may be a challenge no matter what, Melanie. But what effect do you think it will have if you have these people in charge of these platforms?
Call me crazy, but I love the capitalism aspect of this. But the call me crazy part is I would love to see a platform where everyone just gets to talk. Not liberals, not conservatives. Everyone's thoughts are allowed.
Where would you draw the line? Because you don't want somebody killing somebody on there. You don't.
I would draw the line at illegality. I would not draw the line at someone cracking a joke. I want to know who the racists are out there. I want to know who the bad people are. And if you bury them and if you bury their voice, we will never know who they are. And
so the solution to free speech, the solution to bad speech is more speech, having other voices, right?
Indeed. Everyone should get to talk. We're not going to get anywhere and have a meeting of the minds if we're not able to talk. Communication is the lifeblood of every relationship. If I said it once, I've said it 1,000 times.
Okay. Let's take a look at that. There's a growing controversy over airline seats, believe it or not. Senator Charles Schumer now urging the public to speak out over an FAA plan that's going to shrink airline seats even more. Mr. Schumer arguing the plan could be delayed or canceled if the FAA gets thousands and thousands of complaints. Ford, I look at this as I don't like them getting smaller. They have gotten smaller over time. They're putting more people in there to make more money. I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't know if there's a limit to what they do. Then they can put you in the comfort section, but you got to pay more to be up there. I don't want them getting smaller, but shouldn't that just be a matter of capitalism? I say I don't like riding on them because I'm not comfortable. I'd rather ride on that airline.
Here's the problem, Bob. I am 6'4", 215 pounds, and over the weekend I spent 13 hours on an airplane.
Oh my!
And let me tell you something. If I could have bought a nicer seat going head-to-head to where I was going, I would have done it. The other problem is, remember, airlines are an oligopoly. They don't always go where you want to go when you want to go to them. So it's not always about price. It's always about service providers and who's going to go into which hubs. So look, I am not big. I definitely don't want them to shrink the seats, but the idea that I can buy my way out of this other than via net jets or private planes is insane, because sometimes, like Uber, you just need to go when you got to go.
13 hours. Where were you going to or from?
I was coming from Italy back to the United States.
Well, la-di-da, Melanie.
How lovely for Ford. But I agree with what Ford's saying. And I'm nowhere close to 6 foot tall. I'm 5'2", but I'm generously proportioned and would not like to see a smaller seat on an airplane. I fly quite a bit, and they need to keep it right where they are, or dare I say it, make them a smidge bigger. I'd like that.
Yeah, I would like them to make a smidge bigger, but I don't know that I want the government putting too many restrictions. Let's move on to this. Political commentator Sidney Watson recently came under fire for fat shaming after posting this tweet. In it, she says, "I am currently, literally, wedged between two obese people on my flight. This is absolutely not acceptable or okay. If fat people want to be fat, fine. But is it something, it's something else entirely when I'm stuck between you with your arm rolls on my body for 3 hours, much less 13 hours forward." You know, that's why nobody wants to sit in the middle, right?
No, you're absolutely right. Nobody wants to sit in the middle. My wife was a champ. She decided to sit in the middle, but I will tell you, it's not necessarily large people or small people. I had a woman in front of me who for 7 hours decided to lean her seat back all the way, and I promise you, if her feet touched the floor of the airplane, I would have given you $50. You just have bad passengers who don't care about their neighbor on airplanes, and I'm surprised that, honestly, there are not more arguments in the air.
Okay, I want to take a look at this. Melanie, can I ask, where'd you go to college?
Marist in Poughkeepsie, New York. Yeah.
Very good. That's been in the news a lot lately. Let's take a look at Marist. Probably is never going to play Alabama, but this is what happened at Tennessee when the Vols actually beat Alabama this weekend. As somebody that lived in Nashville for almost 11 years, I know a lot of people that went to school there, have kids there. This 15-year losing streak came to an end, and what a game. Ford, if you weren't on the plane, maybe you saw it, 52-49. Unbelievable
of course I saw
game.
It, Bob.
What's that?
Can I tell you something, though? What's the most amazing thing is they carried the goalposts out of Neyland Stadium and down the hill at Rocky Top. I was kind of impressed, but the most impressive thing about Tennessee is yet to come is the fact that they played 3 SEC-ranked opponents and have only had to punt 3 times. If Josh Heupel keeps that up, they will be in the college Final Four. And I got to say, I'm not a Vols fan, but I'm amazed at the transformation on Rocky Top.
Welcome to American Sports Talk. Is the caller there? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were on a different show there. You know, Ford, you did my job for me because you said what they did with those goalposts. So, Melanie, here's what happened. They took it down, threw it into the river. And so now the school's turning to fans and alumni. The school was fined $100,000 for doing that. They got in trouble for it. They have a fine. So now they want their fans and alumni to foot the bill for getting in trouble. To pay nearly $80,000. Melanie, if this were Marist, would you chip in?
I would. I probably would. Like, it pays to celebrate. I completely get it. And if they do this as a separate campaign in celebration of their win, I really have no problem with it. People can spend their money however they want. And I think if Marist had a huge win like that, I'd be all in. I cut the check.
Pieces of the winning goalpost, sell it back to the boosters, the alumni. You'll make over $1 million because that'll be the prize.
Now, that's why you're a smart guy. That's why you live on a spaceship when you're not in Italy. Ford O'Connell, Melanie Collette, because they know they wanted all the best brains. They couldn't get Musk. They can't find him, but they got you on your spaceship. So, Melanie Collette, Ford O'Connell, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bob.
Well, folks, a reminder tonight, Nancy